In my 4 months of teaching and last fall's stage, I was lucky enough to have 2 wonderful grade 3 classes. One of my tasks was to help teach cursive writing to these 53 students. I was amazed at the level of difficulty, and therefore the amount of time, that I had to spend on teaching and allowing for practice for cursive writing. As the weeks went on, I started asking myself questions like, is this a waste of time? And shouldn't we be focusing on typing skills more than handwriting skills? It seems obvious to me that the future is in computers, no matter what field you go into. All of the time spent teaching students to use a pencil seems kind of wasteful, and should be replaced with time teaching students to use a computer. This is why I think that teachers, school boards, and maybe even the government should push to make laptop computers available for all students. Many private schools, both at the elementary and secondary level, have been privileged with the opportunity of providing all of their students with laptop computers. The question is whether or not all students in society would benefit from having their own laptop computer at school. Imagine, for the sake of my argument, that laptops are not a financial concern and that all students could be provided with one. So how does this tool affect the kind of learning happening in a classroom? Well, I'll be looking into 2 very important considerations, and these are 2 of MacArthur's 11 ways the participatory functionalities of new technologies can be used in learning. And I'll be doing this in relation to laptop use. The first is performance, meaning the ability to adopt alternative identities for the purpose of improvisation and discovery. The second is judgment, meaning the ability to evaluate the reliability and credibility of different information sources. When every student is given a laptop, an element of performance immediately takes effect. No matter what that student is doing on the laptop, whether it be surfing the net, writing an essay, instant messaging, or playing a game, he or she is taking on a certain identity in the choices being made. When a child or teenager logs onto their laptop, there is a certain freedom, a release from reality. They may be more willing to participate in a class instant messaging discussion. They may feel less self-conscious about their effort, or find new ways of expressing themselves that they feel more comfortable with. When they log on to their laptops, they become whoever they want to be for that session. And MacArthur says that such play has long been understood as testing identities, trying on possible selves, and exploring different social spaces. This idea of role play with a personal laptop allows students to develop their skills and interests through all kinds of media, such as blogs, videos, MP3 recordings, websites, and more. Having a personal laptop at school allows for all kinds of learning. Discovery learning, which can be done through the internet and program exploration. Independent learning, through problem-solving skills developed while using your own personal laptop. And group learning, through the sharing of links, blogs, videos, and instant messaging. When a student logs on to their own personal laptop, they become an active participant in their learning and use their online character as a mirror to reflect on his or her own values and choices. That's what MacArthur says. It seems that laptops open many doors for students whose future will rely heavily on the ability to work with technology. Now you might be thinking that all of this freedom children could have on a laptop sounds a bit dangerous. And that's why my second point of interest is judgment, which involves students critically thinking about the reliability and credibility of all that they encounter on their laptops. The MacArthur article clearly acknowledges that once students enter cyberspace, where anyone can post anything, they need skills in evaluating the quality of different sources. I would say that teachers need to spend a lot of time teaching students about media literacy in general, and especially the internet, and all the places that their laptops can take them. Having a laptop allows for this kind of critical thinking education to be extended and become more hands-on. This is because the laptop allows students to personally experience what would otherwise be taught only in theory on a smartboard or computer lab, where there's limited connection between the student and the computer. Having the laptop makes it easier and more tangible to educate students with the tools necessary to, as MacArthur would say, distinguish fact from fiction, argument from documentation, real from fake, and marketing from enlightenment. In a classroom environment, this principle of judgment can be incorporated through the laptop, all different areas of education such as literature, history, and even science. Students can use their laptop to research the credibility of virtually anything that they encounter at school or outside of the school. In conclusion, I believe that students would highly benefit from having their own personal laptop at school, starting at around grade 4 or 5. This will allow them to take on the technology competencies that the modern world will surely demand of them. And these are two of MacArthur's 11 ways that participatory functionalities of new technologies can be used. Oh, sorry.